Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and I'm going to use my Tarot Grand Luxe. So if you are interested in any of the cards that I'm using, please feel free to check out the links down below. All right, so we're going to look at the current situation. All right, we have Seven of Wands, and what is that being crossed by? We have the King of Wands. What do you need to focus on? Eight of Wands, past, leaving behind the Emperor. I feel like it's leaving behind a lack of power. Your strengths. Two of Wands, opening those doors. Near future, love it. Ace of Cups. Feeling regenerated. Advice, Five of Wands, keep fighting and pushing through. The environment, Seven of Pentacles, hopes and fears, the Hierophant. And potential outcome, we have the Chariot. Could be Cancer sign coming in for you, especially, like I was just seeing how these two are connected here. So it could be a Cancer sign coming in for you, but I also feel like it's moving forward. You know, that forward momentum, taking control, taking the reins. All right. So I'm going to use my Gilded Tarot Royale. So we have the current situation is the Seven of Wands, standing up for what you're fighting for, how he's standing up on these rocks and you feel everything is coming towards you and you're trying to like push everything back. We've got the Tower here and it's like rebuilding and you're feeling overwhelmed, like everything is coming towards you. And what's crossing that is the King of Wands, and I feel like I almost feel like this is like there's someone, it's like a powerful, like there's someone that's blocking you from, there's somebody that's holding you back. It's like, I don't feel like this is your energy. I feel that this is someone else who is crossing you, who is holding you back and from you accomplishing what it is that you want to accomplish. Like it's almost like they're putting up a barrier. I mean, it could be your own thoughts. It could be that you're arguing with this person. I feel like this represents a person, though. I feel like it's someone that there's arguing, there's disagreeing, you don't see eye to eye. I feel like you feel stuck and like there's a lot of quarreling, like there's a power struggle. That's what I'm feeling, is there's a power struggle between you and someone else. But it also could be that power struggle within yourself. But I'm feeling like this represents a person. If you feel that it represents something else, that's perfectly fine, because I always feel that, like when I am listening to tarot readings, sometimes I'll feel that there's a message just for me and I'll understand it in a different way than what the person is saying. And so I'll get my own messages. So if you're getting a different message, then totally, you were meant to see the cards, but interpret it in your own way. What you need to focus on is this Eight of Wands, which is moving forward in a positive way and releasing yourself from this person that is crossing your path, this person that is holding you back, and to burst through that and to push forward through that and to listen to your inner voice and what is it telling you, right? And finding that way to get past the situation and to hang in there and to not give up. Sometimes we just have to step away, because that's what the environment here is, to step away and take a break from this situation so that you can see it. Because sometimes when we're in the midst of a situation, we don't even realize what's going on around us because we're in it, right? But people around us can see, and like people around us may say things or suggest things and say, hey, do you really see what's going on? And we're like, no, it's not that way. But then when we step away and remove ourselves from it, we look back in and we're like, oh, you know what, it really was that way, but I wasn't realizing it. So I feel like what you need to focus on is how can you remove yourself from this situation, whether it's stepping away for an hour or a day or a week or a month or whatever this represents for you, works for you. is to step away and listening to that inner voice, because I feel like inside it's saying, okay, this is what you need to do. Like, you need to step away. Like, you need to listen to that inner voice and find that way to move past the situation and to get your power back. And that's what I feel over here is like what I said in the beginning, is I feel like this represents a lack of power. And that's what you're leaving behind, is that lack of power, right? That it's that lack of not feeling like you're in control, because this person or this situation here is what's controlling you. And because you're not having those new starts, you're not feeling like emotionally fulfilled, like you're leaving all of that behind. Like that's not the path that you wanted to go on. Your strengths are the Four of Wands, the Two of Wands. Hanging in there. That I feel like you're a strong person, and that you hang in there, even though you feel like it gets you down, that wears you down, you feel exhausted. But I feel like you're a fighter, and that you're always fighting for yourself, and you're hanging in there, and that you don't give up. And I feel like you have a lot of inner strength. The near future, Ace of Cups, which can represent new relationships, or it also could represent your cup is overflowing. Oh, look at that. We have the Sun. And the Nine of Pentacles. Amazing energy coming in for you. You may not realize that this is what's coming in for you, and it's hard for you to realize when you're going through this and you're struggling and you're trying to figure things out, and you're just in this negative energy, and you're feeling that you're being held back. You don't realize that this is what's coming in for you, but I feel like your inner voice is saying that's what's headed your way. Like, that's what's coming towards you. Like it's trying to give you those hints that this is where you can be. Like, yes, you have to pull through this and hang in there, but this is what you can attain. This is what you can achieve. This is what wants to come in for you, is where your cup is overflowing. But it's also, your cup is overflowing because of so many different reasons, because you're removing yourself from this King of Wands that is crossing you, that you are fighting for yourself, that you are hanging in there, that you've seen that this is not a good situation for you, and you've listened to that inner voice, and you were able to step away from it. It's like your cup is overflowing for so many different reasons. Just your inner strength, your persistence, your tenacity, and your fighting for yourself, right? Which are all your best qualities. So that's why your cup becomes overflowing. The advice is just, I feel this card, the Five of Wands, even though we have the Five of Wands over here where it's all the people that are fighting, but I feel that this Five of Wands with all of the fists, I feel, and this right here, I feel that represents strength. It represents your power. It represents fighting for yourself, right? Standing up for yourself. It represents the Seven of Wands over here. We have the King of Pentacles, and we have the Two of Pentacles. Is finding that balance within yourself, fighting for that balance, being patient, hanging in there, not giving up, being determined, right? This is all that pushing through energy that you have here. The environment, which I said is the Seven of Pentacles, where you're wanting to take a step back. Oh, and the Nine of Cups, right? And your Nine of Cups, which is attached to this, which is the near future energy that wants to come in for you, right? As emotional fulfillment. And that can be what the Nine of Cups represents, is that emotional fulfillment, right? And feeling so much better, feeling relieved. Oh, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. How amazing is that energy? I love this, how the Six of Swords, and she's headed right towards all of this beautiful energy. And that's what you need to focus on. This could be something that happens in a week. This could be something that happens in a month. This could be something that happens in a year. But knowing that you are working towards this energy here, like you are fighting for that, and you're not giving up on that. Hopes and fears, we have the Hierophant. Definitely change. There's hopes and fears with that, because we're hoping for better change, and we're also fearing, okay, this is what we're used to, and everything is going to change, and how is it going to work out? And that's totally understandable. And also being able to release those burdens and those things that you're carrying on your back. We have the potential outcome. We have the Two of Swords, making those decisions, hanging in there, not giving up, moving forward. Yes, like this is going to be a struggle. This is going to be, you know, sometimes we feel like you're moving forward and then you're feeling you're moving backward, but I feel like you are progressing towards this line right here, and that's what you have to keep focusing on, even on those days where you're just like, right? Because you still have all of these good things right here around you. They're surrounding you with the 2 cups here and the beautiful golden pear tree. Like, it's not that far behind you. Like, that's what you have to remember, even when you have those down days, right? And you're like, you know what? I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to push myself towards this because I know this is what I'm heading towards and I don't want to give up on this. I always feel like it's perspective and how can you make a positive out of a situation. And I know that, you know, sometimes you just want to have those days where you're just focusing on the 3 of Cups and that's it, and that's okay. But it's just making sure that you're careful with that you're not in that energy for too long. All right, so let's get a Star Dragons for this reading. We have invention, burning with passion, and I feel like that's where you're headed here, is that excitement and that fiery passion and that, like, just removing yourself from this heaviness and just feeling like, yes, right, that I'm in control and things are getting better. All right, so let's get a spirit animal. And we have Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. And I feel like that also goes back to the High Priestess. Is just going with the flow, looking for those signs, feeling that, okay, I feel like this is what I need to do. Sometimes we have these urges and we have these ideas and we have these thoughts and we're like, well, this is kind of what I want to do. But then we get analytical about it and then we overthink and we overprocess. But sometimes if we just go with that inner gut feeling and we follow that, right, that leads us to the direction that we need to be in, and that we don't overthink it. And sometimes, you know, it's just good to just go with your gut feeling, and I feel like that's what that represents. All right, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.